Mail on the Rails, a diorama of a United States Railway Post Office car about 1911. Ever since the inception of the United States Post Office in pre-revolutionary days, 1775, its leaders have retained the vision and drive of its forward-thinking founder, Benjamin Franklin, to improve service using the most modern methods available. Though trains carried mail from their beginnings in the 1830s, it was in 1862 that certain enterprising people designed some railroad cars specifically for mail service. There were many improvements over time. Our diorama takes a snapshot in 1911. From valuables to vegetables and letters of love, loss, and commerce, all were taken care of. As an official post office, dedicated rail cars carried letters and parcels, picked up, sorted, bagged, and delivered mail, connecting the entire United States in a way previously unknown at speeds undreamt of. Each railway post office, or RPO, was designed to meet the needs of its specific route. In this case, we see a fire extinguisher on the far left. Large bags that will be taken to large cities along the route. Rather than wait until all the mail is delivered to a hub, local mail is sorted and bagged en route. There are sorting bins for magazines and newspapers. I actually printed newspapers and periodicals of the day for this model. And small bins for letters and postcards. Twine, cutters, and other tools of the trade lay on the work table. At the other end of the car, we see a wood-burning stove for heat and cooking, a wood supply, a heavy bar to secure the door, an arms cabinet, and a desk for lots of paperwork. At the far right, there was a seat for the men to use taking a break. By 1912, the RPO started being equipped with an enclosed bathroom. On the far right is a broom. At this time, the floors are wood. Metal will come later. Various liquids oozing out of rotten parcels sometimes would soak into the floorboards, so sawdust was spread and swept to help absorb and dispose of these liquids. One problem with the solution was that if a door was left open for fresh air, sawdust would blow into the workers' faces, or ice might build up in the door cracks, rendering the door unclosable. In these days, before credit cards and such, there was a lot of cash in the RPOs. This was a dangerous job. All the postal workers carried sidearms. In the arms cabinet was an arsenal, including hand grenades when they were invented, and other modern weaponry. The windows were barred as well as the doors at the end of the cars. I have commemorated Oni the dog here. His story starts in Albany, New York in 1888. He was noticed sleeping with mail bags at the post office and soon began escorting mail deliveries. He was known to hop off mail wagons if mail was dropped and guard the fallen mail while trying to attract the attention of the carrier to retrieve the fallen mail. He became bolder and started riding the rails, escorting the mail, jumping from car to car with the trains moving. He even made a world tour by boat with international mail, returning with medals from post offices from around the world. Here we see Oni watching the mail get sorted. As every town or settlement, no matter how small, was connected by rail, so every town, settlement, no matter how small, received a mail service. Probably the most famous aspect of the RPOs was their method of pickup and delivery of mail, with the train going full speed past even the smallest town. As the train approached the drop-off pickup location, the engineer would sound a special whistle signal. The RPO worker would kick out the mail to be delivered and then raise the mail hook and snag the mail to be picked up. As cinders and ash from the great steam engines would get into the eyes of the catchers, they wore goggles. The mailbag holder had many designs. I like this one because everyone can see from the yellow disc position whether there is mail on the hook or not. Train spotting or watching is fascinating for some people, even to this day. So there are warning signs to stand clear of the flying deliveries. My mom remembers seeing mailbags by the tracks. On the side of the RPO is a mail slot in case, while at a station, someone wanted to deliver a letter. In my research, I found a variety of symbols were used on RPO cars. The eagle was one of the symbols that was used to help bring a sense of pride and national unity. I imagine during the Civil War a telegraph line went along this rail line. As the country grew, taller, better poles replaced the temporary ones set up during the war. On this pole, we see the original telegraph insulators V-ing off the top. Telephone lines are beginning to be installed. Already the old lines are down and the new ones are being strung. Inside the station, we see a telegrapher at work on a 1905 style telegraph machine. There were many styles, I just picked this one. Since the Civil War, coal became an important and frequent cargo on trains. Poor people would sometimes send their children out to glean coal from the tracks. I need not comment on the unfortunate happenings. As a place for putting up public service announcements, I have placed a poster warning parents against this dangerous practice. The country vignettes on this diorama are from my childhood. Frog gigging at a pond, a little brother watching the art of gigging, thistles in a pasture, a little girl communing with the cow, two teenage girls talking in private. Maybe you know what they're talking about, I don't. I do have fireflies that light up and fly around, but I was unable to photograph them. Thank you for watching. If you like history and modeling, you may find some of my other YouTube videos of interest. Until my next diorama, I hope you're having a wonderful time and learn fascinating things about history. Bye for now.